target the most are the people who have multiple moles with large atypical moles, with family history of melanoma, may have had a prior melanoma. If you have more than 100 moles and some of them are quite large, your risk may be multiplied by 10 to 15. Having high level of sun exposure is the obvious risk factor, but you have to add the type of skin. So if you have the double whammy of having been, not careful in your especially early life, and you have blonde hair, red hair, freckle, blue eyes, then you are increasing your risk of melanoma. So it's not just the sun, it's the way your skin reacts to the sun. The people we want to target are people who do not tan well, because if they do try to tan, they will burn and the risk of melanoma will increase. If you have red hair, your risk may be multiplied by 2. If you have blonde hair, by 2. Obviously, if you have red hair with freckles, you have blonde hair with blue eyes, you need to be careful. I'm not saying that people with dark skin can go crazy, but we certainly want to target the people with fair skin. And in terms of risk, if you want to sort of grade it, people with red hair and blonde hair may have a doubling of risk compared to somebody with very dark hair and dark eyes. And then if you have a family history of melanoma and in high numbers of moles, including large moles, then your risk can be multiplied by 10 to 15. So for us, family history and number of moles is our top risk factor. And then below is sun and fair skin. Because as you can imagine, the number of people walking around with red hair and blonde hair is massive, and they will not get a melanoma. So we have to keep things into perspective. It's a risk factor, and it tells you to be careful. But still, the average blonde hair person, the likelihood of getting a melanoma in their lifetime is not that high. Sunscreen are useful, but there is some research suggesting that if you rely solely on sunscreen to increase your exposure to the sun with a full sense of security, then you may actually cumulatively have quite a lot of UV, because sunscreen are never full screen. They allow UV to get through. So we always recommend maybe use lycra vest, hat, bit of shade, avoid the tough, 11 to 2 or 3 o'clock in hot country like Spain. So they're added tool to reduce your risk. But yes, you have to use sunscreen, because the bits of your body you can't cover up. You will have to use sunscreen.